Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and we're live for the Champions League. I don't know why I did that, but let's have it. I've got a triple on the go here. I've never done it. I've never done a threesome before. And, well, not in a footballing sense. And so we've got Arsenal Leverkusen, we've got Chelsea PSG, and we've got Man City against Real Madrid there. So all three on the go here. And yeah, well, look, we're good to go. I think we're probably going to lose two English clubs as well. I mean, it's going to be very hard to keep an eye on all three, isn't it? I think I'm going to focus on the Arsenal game. And obviously, if anything starts to get interesting in Chelsea and Man City, we can go there as well. But I hope you're doing very well. Thanks everyone who tuned into the Baller League last night. Not the greatest of starts, but I'll take that on the chin. We'll get better. It was a bit of a rehearsal for me last night, but looking forward to next week. But really excited about tonight. Yeah, I think Chelsea don't come back. I really don't. And I think that Man City will struggle to come back as well. Unfortunately, I think we're going to lose Bodo Glimt. I mean, Sporting could probably say it was the pitch that was the problem because they're winning 4-0 in extra time against Bodo Glimt in Lisbon. So they're heading out, Bodo Glimt. So it would be Bodo Glimt not against Arsenal or Leverkusen. It would be Sporting who would be the team that they would be playing. But look, let's go through some of the team news because it's a very busy night. Chelsea, PSG. Chelsea have gone with Sanchez, Hato, Sarr, Chalobah, Cucurella, Caicedo, Santos, Enzo, Palmer, Pedro, Neto. Not Pedro Neto. They've got João Pedro and Pedro Neto, the winger. And then PSG, Savinov, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho, Nuno Mendes, Zaire Emery, Vitinha, João Neves, Dembele, Barcola and Kvaratskhelia. Obviously, they're winning 5-2 because Chelsea completely imploded. Interesting how the Chelsea team got leaked and Pat Butcher's on the bench again. There tends to be a bit of a... Look, it's a conspiracy, but if Pat Butcher's on the bench, the team seems to get leaked. And that was also the case at another club. So I'd just say, Chelsea, there might be something to that. Arsenal against Leverkusen. We're about to start here, actually. So let me get the timer ready. There we go. And then I'll give you the team news. 9 days to go. What's HBO Max? Should I know about that? Anyway, excited. Very excited about this tonight. Rice kicks it off. Chelsea have kicked off as well. Arsenal, Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, Zubimendi, Rice, Eze, Saka, Trossard and Gyökeres. Daumann is on the bench. Leverkusen, who drew with Bayern Munich at the weekend, although they were down to 9 men, Bayern Munich. Blažević, Kwanzaa, Andrić, Tapsoba, Poku, Palacios, Garcia, Grimaldo, Mazza, Terrier and Cavani. So I think that's the same team they picked last week. And then Manchester City, who are also up and running against Real Madrid, who have a 3-0 aggregate lead. You've got Donnarumma, Nunez, Kushanoff, Diaz, Altnouri, Rodri, Bernardo Silva and Reinders, Doku, Cherki, Haaland. I don't think that's attacking enough, really, considering it was 3-0. Real Madrid, Courtois, Trent, Rudiger, Hulsen, Garcia, Valverde, Pitash, Tchouaméni, Gallere, Diaz, Vinicius Jr. And there was talk of Bellingham and Mbappe being available for this game. Well, Mbappe is on the bench, but Jude Bellingham is not. There we go. How are we all doing? Lovely stuff. Please do share the video if you're watching and make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, we have got 3 games on the go tonight. Leverkusen on the attack here. I think it's going to be busy, isn't it? With 3 games on the go, it's going to be busy. Real Madrid nearly got in there as well. They had a one-on-one. Mistake at the back by Man City. There was a one-on-one. And Cole Palmer trying to get in as well. But I tell you what, if Man City or PSG could get an early goal, it would change things. And both Chelsea and Man City are trying to play with intensity, but it's that breakaway ball for Real Madrid, isn't it, that's going to be a problem. Arsenal just need to win. 1-1 from the first leg. Leverkusen have got a corner here. Remember, they scored with Andrik in the first leg, so they won't want to concede from set pieces. Headed away. How were your Devils yesterday, says Spider Knife? We lost 6-2 in the Baller League yesterday, but I watched it when I got in last night at midnight, because obviously it's in London, so it took me about 2.5 hours to get driven back. And I was watching our stream of it as well, because they had me on camera. And I've got to be honest, like, I'm one of those people who just doesn't... I don't learn from a book. I learn from doing it. And I think that I was a lot quieter than I will be next week. And I didn't really understand it as much. And I think some of the players were probably like that because they're all new as well. So, look, we deserve to lose 6-2. But if we'd have done well on the game change and we'd done on the penalty, I think it would have been 6-6. So it's just getting used to the format. But look, Ruckus last year were a new team. They lost the first 5. 26ers under John Terry in the first year. I think they lost the first 3. So it's not unusual for a new team to lose their first few games. So I want to just try and change that as quick as possible by winning next week or the week after. And, you know, I've got no doubt we will start winning games. So, yeah, I'm quite relaxed about it. I take it on the chin. You can train, but you can't really replicate that until you play a few games, which is why I think new teams do tend to struggle, because it takes a few games to get used to it. And they were a bloody good team. I mean, look, they're probably one of the favourites. So, yeah. I'm not making excuses. Take it on the chin. If people want to say Goldbridge out, that's absolutely fine. We'll see what happens in a few weeks. But I'm not panicking. And remember, I am the owner and the manager, so it's unlikely I'm going to get sacked. But look, if the people want that, that's fine. But we're not going to panic after week 1. I don't want any of these Arteta t-shirts or anything like that. I'll tell you what, I want a shout out to the Goldbridge Ultras. I said to get your tickets in section 213, and they were up there in the corner. That's what we want. That's what we want. That's a lovely cup of tea. So, Manchester City and Chelsea starting off with some intensity, but they're not up against amateurs here. They're up against good players, and I think it's going to be very difficult for Man City and PSG to get back, because even if you think Man City and PSG can score goals, 3 goals, I can't imagine PSG and Real Madrid not scoring themselves. TNT Sport is ending in the UK. It's going to be HBO Max now, says Gareth Gaming. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. Thanks for being our first super chat of the evening. And Jordan as well. Thank you so much. Absolute legends. Here's Chelsea. I mean, PSG do like to attack as well. There might be opportunities for Chelsea. They did get opportunities in Paris, but they're so good, Chelsea, PSG, at scoring, aren't they? Just by the way, we are only 110 subscribers away from 463,000. We are on the road to 1.5 million, and we're trying to hit that before the end of the season. Lots of big nights ahead. Champions League, Premier League, Carabao Cup final on Sunday. Make sure you subscribe and get involved, because we got you covered on That's Football. Thank you very much, and thanks for sharing the video if you've shared it, and thanks for subscribing if you've subscribed. Kvaratskhelia! Oh, it's over. It's over at Chelsea. What defending is this? Chelsea concedes already. Game over. Terrible defending. I think it's actually Hato who has got a lot of potential, but it's you can't do that. You can't do that. Did they have a hug round the ball? Is that the problem here? Because they are losing in this first, well, technically 5 minutes. Chelsea are 1-0 down, and when you look at the goal as well, It's inexperience by Hato. Everyone else is playing offside, and he's got it's just inexperience. It's amateur defending. You feel sorry for him. You feel sorry. Oh, it's not Hato. It's Sarr. Sorry, I thought it was the right back. It's Sarr. Tadar. It's Sarr. Absolutely terrible defending. It really is. Hato's saying, "Why are you blaming me?" Because I thought Hato was playing at right back. It's Sarr playing at right back. Hato's playing left centre back. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's just amateur defending. I mean, look, he's young, isn't he? But it's amateur defending. His whole defence is playing a high line, and he's allowed himself to get deeper, and then they've angled it, and Kvaratskhelia just gone in a one-on-one, and he's bottled it, really. I mean, you can climb mountains, but you can't come back from 4 down to PSG. They're the champions of Europe. He's a fantastic player. I really like him. Wonderful comeback by P Sporting against Bodo Glimt as game start. Yes, they're going to win, aren't they? Wonderful, fantastic. ZMP says, surely the Chelsea fine and transfer ban will set precedent for the City's punishment. Also, just saw the Kvaratskhelia goal. What a crap. We are crap, says ZMP. When will you go on Joe Rogan's podcast? Also, I don't think I'm going to get invited on that, Guru. Although I would love to go on it. Reece James is injured again. Well, they've got no experience, have they now? I mean, Reece James is probably their most experienced player. But I was talking about this. I saw Thierry Henry having a pop at Rosigne. And I was like, Rosigne's not the problem at Chelsea. He might not be the right manager for Chelsea because he's inexperienced and young, but he's not the problem at Chelsea. Chelsea's problem is, and it will keep happening, is they won't change their recruitment policy of under 24. So they've got no experience. So they'll get themselves in a position and then inexperience will kill them off. Both times this season and last season, they were in a title race at the start of December and then it all falls apart. They want a penalty here, but they're not going to get one. I mean, they've just got no experience in that team at all, have they? Zlatan says Rosigne is crap. I genuinely don't. Maybe he won't be the guy, but I genuinely don't think that Chelsea are going to solve their problems anyway. Because I don't think they've got the right players. I think they need to buy some experience, and they won't do it. Man City players running around with their hands in the air, trying to bully the referee. Chelsea trying to get a penalty as well. Man City giving it a go. If they can, it's all about the first goal. Chelsea, Real Madrid, bit of a break. You want to give this to Vinny Jr. Oh, it's a lovely, it's good defending actually. Good defending. Arsenal game, look, little bit dull. People are saying there's a possible penalty for Bodo. Frodo. Let's see what happened. Well, talking about penalties, Arsenal have got a corner here. Headed away. No penalty for Bodo, says Escalade. So we're watching all 3 games here at the moment. I mean, I believe Arsenal will find a way through against Leverkusen. It might not be pretty, but they'll find a way. And they should find a way against Leverkusen. I mean, they are the favourites, aren't they? Arsenal. Michael says, no other serious top-level club appoints Rosigne as head coach. Well, you know what? I actually do agree with you on that. I do agree with you with that. But that's Chelsea for you, isn't it? Under 24 policy on recruitment and under 40 policy on managers now. It's a weird... Chelsea's such a weird club. I would love Man United to spend the money that they've spent. But then I would hate us to be obsessed on youth. Oh, Cherky should be booked for diving there. Lovely play by Leverkusen there. Should have given a bloody free kick there, ref. Come on. Get your whistle in your gob and blow. It was a definite foul, wasn't it? You should have just stayed. This is what I mean. You're better off diving, really, because it's the only way you're going to get a bloody free kick. If you try and stay on your feet. How do you view the City game? It's on Amazon Prime. Oh, look, City are going to have to go some. Courtois, Rudiger. Even you know it deep down in your kindest, loving, caring, warm and selfless heart that the low standard Premier League this season is because of Arsenal. Svipple. I wonder where you were going there. Yeah, but not everyone has to copy Arsenal, do they? Happy St. Patrick's Day, Mark. Got a new job today. I'm happy. No more waking up at 2 a.m. anymore, says Sully. Well done. Well done. Thanks for your message. Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. It's always a bittersweet day for me because when I lived in Ireland, it was a day off and we just used to go out on the piss all day and the nightclubs would be open and it'd be great. But living back in the UK, yeah, don't really get to do anything on a Tuesday. Trossard playing for Arsenal. I didn't know Trossard was starting actually. Did I mention that? PSG on the attack again. Oh my God. It's 2-0. This is embarrassing. I mean, Barcola has just scored. And Chelsea are in crisis. This is really worrying for Chelsea. Out of Europe. Not in the top 5. Crap defending. Have they given up on Rosignol? I mean, they haven't scored it. Fucking hell. It's terrible. It's terrible. So they're 7-2 up on aggregate. And we've only had 10 minutes. I mean, you know, PSG are a very good team. Hakimi into Barcola, out of his feet. What a finish. It's a good goal. You're right, David. It's a very good goal. But it's just inexperience from Chelsea. They just don't have the experience. What a finish by Barcola as well. It's past the key. It's a brilliant finish. It's an absolutely brilliant. PSG are playing FIFA, says Ash. It's a fantastic finish. I mean, we might just be watching Chelsea get an absolute tonking here. Who do PSG play? It is men against boys. And it's Vinicius Jr. Oh, he's hit the post! It's hit the back of Donnarumma. Vinicius Jr. And off the line. He wants a handball. From Bernardo Silva on the line. I don't think it was. Oh no, there's an offside anyway. It's going to be another one of those nights for the Premier League, I think. I mean, that would have killed it. So Vinicius Jr.'s shot hits the post Actually, there was an offside in the build-up. Vinicius Junior's shot hits the post, comes back off the post and hits Donnarumma on the arse. I don't know what they're talking about an offside. And that was a handball as well. I think that was a handball. If that's not offside, I think that's a handball. Oh, he's giving the offside. Oh no, he's checking. I think that's a handball. Moves his arm towards it. Yeah, on the shot. It's him on the elbow. It's a clear handball. That's a handball, that is. And is he stopping a deliberate goal as well? It could be a red. Luis Suarez. Vinicius Junior is not offside there either. If that's a handball, it's got to be a red card, isn't it? Look at Ruben Diaz trying to get involved, as always. He's basically, the shot's gone in, his arm's like that, and he's moved his elbow towards it. So he's stopping a goal, and he's used his hand. He may as well be palming it away like Suarez. If he's offside, they're checking a potential penalty now. So that means he's onside, says Flux. Oh, Premier League's getting a battering. He's going to VAR. Bernardo Silva, see you later, mate. All those times you've got away with it. And I don't think you're going to get away with it now. Look at Rodri running over going, what's going on with Man City? It's not the Premier League now. It's not the PGMOL, lads. It's UEFA. You got no chance now. Oh, no. It's not PGMOL. He's gone. He's absolutely gone. Look. You can see as well. He's used his elbow. Stopping a goal. See you later. Penalty. Red card. Ah, he's gone! He's gone! Get him off! Bernardo Silva. What a prat. Pep can't believe it. Has someone told Howard Webb? I'm lip reading. Wait! Has someone told Howard Webb? Somebody tell Howard Webb. Somebody tell Howard Webb quick. You've made a mistake. What's going on? It's called Champions League. They're out. Oh, look at that. Cheat. Absolute cheat. Look at that. Trying to elbow it away. Bye-bye, Bernardo. Bye-bye. See you later. Red card, City. No, you're a cheat, mate. I wouldn't hug him for that. He's just cost you European football. And we've got a penalty to come as well. Well, look, this is... well, it's... They need Man United back in the Champions League. That's what they do. They need. We need United back. Vinicius Junior missed last week. It won't matter. 10 men. They can't believe. The City fans can't believe it. They can't go on back and support Chelsea either. I just saw a fan in the crowd going, Chelsea. Now they're losing as well. You can't go back to being a Chelsea fan. They're confused. They're like going, where do we go? Where do we go now? Vinicius Junior, 4-0 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I can see the confusion on some of these young City fans. They're like, well, I only came here because they were good. Should we go back to Chelsea? No, they're getting smashed by PSG. Where do we go now? What do we do? Let's start learning French and support PSG or Real Madrid. Let's change our tops. Let's get out club shop, get some Real Madrid shirts on and pretend that we're one of them. Oh, humiliating tonight for the Prem. But you know what? I'm not bothered. Because the football in the Premier League is shit this year. And it's good they're getting humbled with their crap football. Sporting are winning 5-0. Yeah, it's 100. There's no debate about it. I don't even know why he did it. If I was Pep, I'd start resting players for the Carabao Cup. That's a lovely ball into Doku. Haaland! What a save by... Well, there you go. Courtois made a great save there. Oh, it could be another one, though. Vinicius Jr. up against Diaz. Oh, he skilled him. Oh, what a miss. What a miss. How has he missed that? Should have been 5. I've said the teams in the Premier League are bad this year, says N15. Oh, I tell you what, he's almost tried to finish it too good. This is the end of the road for the Premier League, says Gaming Kid. Rest in peace. Well, Arsenal are still here. Had a good feeling as well about that City loss. If you know, you know, says Zero. And NS says, I guess an important thing about focusing on the youth is patience. I believe that the way they do it is a bit reckless, but maybe Chelsea sees something that we do not. Yeah, I don't think it working. Enrique should ignore Rosigne like Gary Neville, says Siggs. Either or, Tonali or Camavinga. I'll run that one for you. Hey, look, Rosigne's doing worse than me in Baller League. I lost 6-2. He's losing 7. Ownership comes in 4 years ago and says we'll be competing for the big trophies ahead of 5 years. And now recently they said in the next 3 years. There are jokes, says ZMP. Sporting have won. Leverkusen's goalkeeper's on fire, says Mrs. Stone. I've got to be honest. I've not really been keeping an eye on the Arsenal game because it's quite boring compared to what's going on in the PSG and Real Madrid games, which are over. But I've got loads of action in them. Arsenal, I think Arsenal will win this. I mean, Leverkusen are not even in the top 4 in the Bundesliga. Yeah, I think Bernardo Silva's had that coming for a while. Fantastic player, but he does... Leverkusen are in here. Pass it. Oh, good. Great tackle by Hincapié. Great coverage there. Yeah, he did well. He did really well. He's been a really good signing. Obviously, he used to be at Leverkusen, but he's been a very good signing for them, Leverkusen. That's Bernardo Silva's first ever red card, says Ty. I know, and he's been at that for years. Who's Chelsea's next manager, you think? They change their philosophy and start going for more world-class players and coaches, says Ty. I think they have to. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd go for Luis Enrique. I think he's gettable, which is why I wish United would go for him, but United will give it to Carrick. But if I was Chelsea... Chelsea have spent a lot of money in the last 2 years, but it never, ever made sense to me how they didn't spend the money on a really top striker like Osimhen, a really top goalkeeper, and a really experienced centre-back. I mean, everybody knows it. That's what Chelsea should have done. City down to 10 men, down 4-0. Bernardo Silva's been sent off. Chelsea losing 2-0, 7-2 on the night. Tonali's beating Camavinga 69% to 31%. That's only his first ever red. Wow, says Andy. And the Prem is dead, all from Arsenal, says 3X. Magpies to knock out Barca for some Premier League respect, says FP. I mean, look, it would be amazing if Newcastle could knock Barcelona out, because it would be an underdog story. But I don't think it'll happen. I think that would be, you know, an incredible result, really. Vinicius Junior's just missed another sitter. If he'd scored the penalty in the first leg and scored the two sitters he's had in the last 5 minutes, they'd actually be 7-0 up on aggregate. I suppose that's the problem for City, you know. It reminds me of the Sidemen charity game when Theo Baker got injured and we were losing, I think, 5-2. And they just kept attacking. It was like half an hour left to go. And you're sort of like, it's damage limitation, but you want to try and score goals. And that's Man City's problem here. It's like, what do you do? It's like, he'll be looking at this and he'll be going, got a massive game on Sunday against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. Oh, here we go. Rice. Oh, it comes to Saka. He can't shoot from there. Trossard, what a save. This Leverkusen keeper is having an absolute worldie. An absolute worldie. He's just made an amazing save with his feet. I think it's from Trossard. That's an amazing save. I mean, it's probably an element of luck because it's come off his shin. But it's a brilliant save. Parker said, did Mika just sign a bunch of bodybuilders? They're very physical, yeah. That Vaghorn's a fantastic player, though. I mean, he did play, like, Premier League football. But he's fantastic. I mean, if we'd have been in the draft, I probably wouldn't have got him, but I would have tried to get him. Why does City keep getting battered everywhere they go, says Jesus. And it's a tough thing to think about, but do you think Premier League clubs would be better with an elected president system where they have more pressure and an incentive to get results, says NS May. I'd like to see club ownership, fan ownership in the Premier League. We'll never see it, though. It's too commercial and mercenary now. I mean, you know, Chelsea's problem is not spending money. It's the people who set ridiculous parameters. I mean, I'm sure Chelsea fans would say, we don't just want to buy players under 24. Oh, God. Kvaratskhelia here is just running across the pitch. Cereal for dinner or dinner for breakfast? Which would you prefer? Cereal for dinner, yeah. I wouldn't want to have a lasagna for my breakfast, James. Cinco Beach says, do you think the level of world-class players have dropped off in the modern game, or has system football destroyed players individually? The second one. Systems have destroyed individual players. Pep will leave in the summer and City get Enrique, says Mrs. Stone. Outnori is City's best player so far. Only one trying, says Flora. Do Vinicius Junior or Luis Diaz? Says N15. Well, thanks for the super chat. I will do that. I mean, Luis Diaz has been amazing this season. Another corner for Arsenal. What's happened to Flecken for Leverkusen? I can go and have a look, but Arsenal go with a short one. Oh, keeper grabs hold of it again. It feels like a matter of time before Arsenal score. I mean, that's flying around the 6-yard box and somehow he's got hold of it. Apparently Flecken's injured, according to 030 Ben. That keeper, bloody hell. Here's Cavani. He's done well. Grimaldo. Edge of the box. Leverkusen. And they win a corner themselves. Hold on, here's Barcola on the break for PSG. Lays it off. Kvaratskhelia. Oh my God. He's offside. It's a shame it's offside because that goal would have been incredible. Just little one-touch passing from PSG. And Rio Ferdinand reckons we shouldn't go for Luis Enrique because he's got no Premier League experience. What a prat. It was miles offside for PSG. That's not a goal. Arsenal will find a way of winning this. It reminds me of the Everton game at the weekend. They'll find a way. So Arsenal would play Sporting in the next round, and PSG would play Liverpool. Am I right? Liverpool or Galatasaray? What do you like most about this PSG side, Mark? Says Juan. I love the fact that he plays with wingers and fullbacks that get forward. I love the fact that they move the ball quickly out to the wing. And I love the fact that they don't even need to play with the striker because their width is so good and their midfield is so good. And I wish some teams in the Premier League would adapt. It surprised me, actually. You know, when PSG won the Champions League, I thought, well, that's going to be the blueprint for the Premier League next season. And then, amazingly, the blueprint was long throw-ins and crowding the goalkeeper on corners. I remember saying it in the Champions League final when they battered Inter Milan. Well, that's the next step for football then, isn't it? You know, like Pep Ball had its time. I thought, well, everyone's going to play like PSG now. And then everyone started playing like fucking Stoke. Mrs. Stone says there was a Raya handball that was blatant. Not given. Bayern against Real Madrid in the next round is going to be very good. Obviously, Bayern are through. They battered Atalanta in Atalanta. And Real Madrid are going to go through here. They'll play each other in the quarterfinal. If Liverpool get through against Galatasaray, they'll play PSG. If Barcelona beat Newcastle, they'll probably end up playing Atletico Madrid. And Arsenal will play Sporting. I don't know. I didn't miss the rare handball. I just don't know why they didn't do anything about it. I mean, they've got the cameras, haven't they? What's the UK's worst accent? To be honest, I don't like the North Nottingham accent. Ooh, it's code, isn't it, Seri? What a shot by Eze! What a goal in the Champions League! Cool as you like as he walks away, but an absolute banger. And it was going to take something big to beat this goalkeeper, but Arsenal have got the breakthrough. I mean, he's walking along with his shirt like that. I think he thinks he's got the badge. Now he does. What an absolute goal. What an absolute goal. What an absolute... I want to see the replay again. Absolutely incredible by Eze. What a hit. This keeper's been absolutely fantastic. And it must be good to beat him. Yeah, we're still seeing them celebrate. Oh, it's just pure power, to be fair. Keeper's got a good dive on it, but it's just pure power. Stood up perfectly for him. Oh, yeah, you don't save those. You don't save those. Absolutely brilliant. He sort of sent it back. Absolute venomous shot. What a goal. What a goal by Eze. I mean, that's worthy of the Champions League, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant goal. Chase Worthington says, crazy night in the Champions League. Does all the Premier League clubs losing in the Champions League kill the chances of getting their 5th Champions League spot through the UEFA coefficient? No. No, I don't think it does. What's your thoughts on Jim Skin, says Charlie. I know who it is, but I haven't spent any time finding out what it is, if that makes sense. I've seen like who it is, but I don't know what they do. I don't get it. And I've not spent any time researching it, so I can't really comment on it. Math says Anana would have saved that. I do think Arsenal could win this 3 or 4-0 now. Game's starting to stroken up. Ruben Diaz has just been sent back to Portugal. It's a free kick to Madrid. I told you Ruben Diaz ain't all that. Eze's carrying Arsenal, says Jordan. Adam says, do you think Arsenal qualifying and City getting eliminated could lead to City actually winning the Prem? No, I mean, look, I think Arsenal have got a very big schedule, but I just feel like something special is going to happen for Arsenal this year. I don't want them winning the treble or a quadruple, but I feel like they've built this super squad that he can rotate. They've got 2 players in every position, and I know what it's like when United were winning major trophies. Players don't get injured. They want to play. They want to be part of it. And I think Arsenal are very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. I think I'd expect them to beat Sporting, which puts them in the semi-final against probably Barcelona or Newcastle. I think the hardest game for Arsenal is going to be the final. I think we might see a Bayern-Arsenal final. I think Bayern will beat Real Madrid. Then again, Bayern PSG semi-final. I mean, Real Madrid, if they get to the final, are going to have a hell of a ride. Man City, Bayern, probably PSG. I do think PSG will wipe their arse with Liverpool as well. I can't see Liverpool. And that's if Liverpool get through against Newcastle. Arsenal, look, Arsenal finished top of the Champions League group, and that's why they're on the easy side of the draw. Some people say, oh, Arsenal have had it easy. I mean, it literally is the purpose. That's it. Man City have got 1 back. I didn't see it. Complacent from Real Madrid, really. Doku, Haaland on the back post. 1 back. 1-1 on the night. Mountain to climb. 10 men, remember, Man City. Well, they've done something Chelsea haven't managed to do, which is actually score. Eric the Villa fan says, I've been telling you my Arsenal are going to win the quadruple. I hope they don't win the quadruple because it's such a... Well, it's never been done before. And if someone's going to do that, you want it to be somebody that's respected footballing-wise. So we're approaching half-time here. It's 1-1 between Man City and Real Madrid, which means it's 4-1 on the night. Real Madrid have had chances to score, though. And also, Man City are down to 10 men. PSG have scored 2 early goals against Chelsea to make it 7-2 on aggregate. And Arsenal, an absolute banger from Eze. It's actually been a good game, Leverkusen-Arsenal, because Leverkusen have continued what they did in the first leg. They've played football. They haven't parked the bus. They've played football. It's been quite open, and that allows Arsenal to play better football as well. So, Arsenal definitely better to watch in Europe because they don't get everybody parking the bus against them. What could Chelsea do? They could ask PSG if they want to just save their legs. Bench-wise, Mark Gou, Garnacho, Fofana, Delap, Esteval. PSG are in again here. Barcola, if he cuts this back, good save, Sanchez. He probably should have cut that back and it would have been 3. A lot of people talking about the Raya handball. How would Man United do if they're in the Champions League? I think we'd probably win it, you know. Counter-attack. Leverkusen on the attack. Nice ball to the back post. No one's there, though. Should have shot first time there, mate. Leverkusen, that's got cleared by Arsenal. Good defending. There's Todd Bowley. You've got to question what the Chelsea plan is really now. How many more years are you just going to be a team full of potential, you know? Barca are on like a 14-game winning streak at home, says Benjamin. ISO says, why is Esteban on the bench? Is he partially injured? I think he must be partially injured because he's been injured for a long time. Could have been a Chelsea penalty shout there. Could have been. Little kick out on Pedro. Looked a bit soft, but I've seen him given. Look, I wouldn't give Newcastle much chance, but you never know. We'll be live for that at 5:45, by the way. Double watch along tomorrow. Luis Diaz has beaten Vinicius Jr. 52% to 48%. That was a good either or. Well done. Hookham says, credit to Bodo Glimt. They got battered today, but what an incredible run. Have you met Chloe Kelly yet, says Rebecca. No, she wasn't at the game yesterday. And she wasn't at the manager thing either. So no. Might have a game. Silly question, but why are most EPL teams losing, says A. Wright. Well, no, I think there's context to that. PSG are arguably the best team in the world, and Chelsea aren't. Real Madrid are a fantastic side, and Man City, you know, haven't been able to deal with that. And Atletico Madrid got Spurs, and Newcastle got Barcelona. So I don't think it's a surprise that PSG are beating Chelsea. It's probably just the volume of goals. Half time at Chelsea. It's kicking off again here at Main Road. Sorry, the Etihad. Went back about 20 years then. Silva got sent off for handballing. Diaz has just gone through on Galere here. I'm just looking for the replay. It's not a red card, but he should get a yellow. Chelsea pathetic, says Dylan. Madrid still have Mbappe to come on yet as well, says Adam. He should get booked for that as well, Diaz. Why do people keep saying City scored? They scored ages ago. Haaland. I've met Idris Elba, yeah. Nice guy. I would say that, though. He's going to be Man-at-Arms in the new He-Man film as well, which I can't wait. I love He-Man. Never grow old. I think Diaz has been booked now. He should have been booked before. Oh, no, it's not Diaz. It's Kushanov who's been booked. Vinicius Jr. is holding his face, which isn't always an indication that he's been hit in the face. Oh, yeah, he caught his... in fairness, that's not really a yellow card, is it? Oh, it is, yeah. It is. He sort of barged into him. Yeah, Diaz didn't even get bloody booked. I don't know whether this person's had a few Guinness. Luke Skywalker says Liverpool will win the Champions League. We've got half-time in every game at the moment, apart from Man City, so I'm just keeping an eye on that, although it is half-time now. There we go. If I ever visit the UK, Mark, which cities would you recommend me to visit? Right, don't everybody... James, don't listen to everybody in the chat because they don't know, right? These are hidden gems of the UK. 3. Stoke, Bradford, Hull. Don't listen to everyone in the chat because they'll go, oh, they're hidden gems. Do you think Arsenal ruins other Premier Leagues? Ruins other Premier Leagues? JBS, I find this like, I could do it for banter, but I do find it quite, you know, childish really because we, yeah, we can't really be like that. Arsenal are not responsible for anybody else other than themselves winning games, you know? If everybody wants to copy the way Arsenal play or park the bus against Arsenal, that's on them. You know, maybe Arsenal have won a few games this season where it's been quite boring, but the opposition are parking the bus. That's a fact. It's a cold fact. What's your thoughts on Chelsea? My thoughts on Chelsea are that it's not surprising. I think we always blame the manager. And maybe the manager is a little bit to blame. But, like, fundamentally, do you think you, as a manager at Chelsea, would go in and perform if they said, we're only buying players who are under 24 and you've got no experience? You know, I think that's hard. I think it's very hard. And I think that's a huge problem that they have. Yeah. And I don't know whether Chelsea plan to solve that problem. But how many warning signs do you need? I mean, how young is that team that's playing today? Is anybody over 25 in it? I don't know. But it's a huge problem, and they don't seem to want to solve it. And I'm telling you now, in my experience, and I'm sure many of you would agree with me, they really should be bringing players in that are more experienced, you know. Hope you're well, Mark. Man City exiting would be great, says Daniel Thompson. Thank you very much. Madrid still have Mbappe to come back. We've done that one from us as well. Arsenal look set to win the quadruple, says Ravi. Thank you very much for that super chat. And 2009 Champions League was the peak for Premier League teams, says ANW. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Cornelius says, you butchered my name so badly, I had to change my handle. Arsenal winning the quadruple. There we go. Thank you. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in, by the way. We've got nearly 15,000 watching. And please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're only 12 subscribers away from 463,000. So thank you, everybody, for that. I've literally just been told what our next Baller League game is. We've got the bloody graveyard shift with that. Well, with our last game, we don't kick off till fucking 10:30. Playing Vision at 10:30. So, yeah. Need to win. Need to win. I've lost my live chat. Here we go. Yeah, please do subscribe. We're only 12 off 463,000. Tomorrow, Liverpool Galatasaray is 8 o'clock. We'll be live for that. And also Spurs Atletico Madrid, which will be boring because it's over. But we've got Barcelona Newcastle at 5:45, which will be an interesting one as well. So tune in for that as well. Just looking at this Chelsea defence on both goals, it's incredible. It's difficult though, isn't it? I think Chelsea. I always think there's a little bit of a defence because when you're losing 3-0 in a tie, you do have to go for it, and when you go for it, you do leave yourself wide open at the back. And I think Chelsea have done that twice, and it's the risk that you take, and I think you have to take that risk. But yeah, it's ended up being quite embarrassing for them. I mean, fair play to Man City. The fact that it's 1-1 and they were 1-0 down with 10 men, at least they've got a goal back, and it's not going the disrespectful route like it is with Chelsea. Having said that, Vinicius Jr. should have had a hat-trick. He's missed some really big chances. United would do better than any of these Prats, says Alex. Paul Govia as well with a super chat says, what's Ian Wright like in person? After doing that Home Truths TV programme with Charlie Webster, it appears like it rounded him as a person. I don't know what programme that is, but I didn't speak to Wrighty last night because I didn't see him, but the week before, when we were doing all the filming and that, I had a couple of good chats with him. And yeah, nice guy. Nice guy. He's from that era though, isn't he? I think all those players I tend to, Paul Ince, Ben Foster, people like that. You have a bit in common with them, I suppose. Watch out for Rayan from Bournemouth on Friday. He is the real deal, says Roman Berger. Yeah, I forgot Man United are playing on Friday night. I think we'll beat Bournemouth, but they have got a good record at... I'm pretty sure they've got a really good record at home. Let me just check. Premier League home and away table. So... oh no, it's not that good. They've only lost 2 at home all season, but they are 10th because they've drawn 7 and won 6. Arsenal have the best home record. They've lost 1 and drawn 2 and won 12. Man City have lost 1, drawn 3, and lost 11. So they've got the best home record. Funnily enough, the team with the best away record is Arsenal, but the second best team is Chelsea. Chelsea have got the second best away record this season, which I would not have thought. Crystal Palace are 5th. They always travel well, and Everton are 4th. There you go. Do you think City can pull it off with 10 men? No. Never in a million years. They almost need Real Madrid. If I was Pep Guardiola at half time, I'd be thinking we've got a Carabao Cup final on Sunday where we need to win. And excuse me. Is there a way that we could get a Real Madrid player sent off? I think their only way back into it is if Real Madrid get a player sent off. Arsenal won't win the Champions League. They're not technically good enough. Bayern, PSG and Real will find them out. But only one of them can play them in the final, Nick. So that's a positive for Arsenal, isn't it? Only one of those teams can actually play them in the final. If anything has killed the Premier League, it's the low block, says Bourne Hunt. And Alex says, shout out Royal Holloway Men's Football and SU. There we go. And Alex says, especially if we had Pulisic, right, Mark? And if a team scores 3 goals, you should get bonus points, says Johan. I don't think we need bonus points. Arsenal have already beat Bayern, but it was at the Emirates. I think it would have been a different scoreline at the Allianz. And obviously the final would be on neutral ground as well. But yeah, Arsenal can't play Man City, Bayern and Real Madrid. Man City. Well, they can't play Man City. They won't play Man City in the Champions League this year. But they can't play Bayern, Real Madrid or PSG unless one of them gets to the final. Their pathway to the final is not that side of the draw. Would you take Gallagher at United, says Sterling? I mean, he's a good player, but I don't think United need another player like that, to be honest. United need midfielders and defenders. Who do you think is going to win the League Cup, says Shane? I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, it's a long time since Arsenal played Man City. I think it was like September, wasn't it? And it was a draw at the Emirates. So there's a few times they're going to play each other. They could play each other 3 times. FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final, and the League in April. I think Arsenal are better than Man City. I mean, look, we're live for that on Sunday afternoon. We've got Forest against Spurs, massive relegation tie. And then we're live straight after here as well for the Carabao Cup final. Yeah, I think it'd be an interesting game. I think Arsenal. Do you think with a good midfielder and fullbacks in the transfer window we can compete for the Champions League, says RX? Yeah, but you know, the thing about the Champions League is that I don't think it's the same as the Premier League. I think in the Premier League, over 38 games, you look at Arsenal and Man City and you say no one else is going to win that league at the moment. Whereas in the Champions League, obviously we can write them off now, but I don't think in the Champions League you necessarily could write off Chelsea. Because I think Chelsea, yeah, as they showed in the Club World Cup, you know, it's a cup competition, isn't it? An interesting substitution here for PSG. Number 24, Mayulu. Very highly thought of. And he's coming on at half time here. And a Chipong's coming on for Chelsea. I didn't see who he came on for. But we're back up and running. Not in the Man City game yet, because they finished a little bit later. PX says, can you spot me 500,000, mate? Cheers. I wouldn't do it if I had it. Okay, let's get this timer right. So we've had 45 and 42. And Leverkusen just been given a yellow card. 45, 60. Okay. I've just been asked to do a poll. Could you do Kvaratskhelia or Yamal? Canna Dave says, are you happy to see Coventry back up in the Premier League, Mark? I think they deserve to be in the Premier League. They've had a fantastic season. I mean, they've not done it yet, but it'd be nice to have them back in the Premier League. It's nice to have a little bit of variety. Unpopular opinion, a league win should be 2 points, says Ewan Welsh. Nah, what? Nah. Can you remember Serie A in the early 90s when it was 2 points for a win? There were so many bloody draws and low-scoring games. God, the Premier League would be worse if it was 2. Sorry, lost my live chat. I don't think they're back up and running in the City game yet. Oh no, I've clicked something wrong here. Have they kicked off in the City game yet? What minute are we on? My account's just started to piss about. You know what? You know what? It annoys me actually. You know what? I've just realised what it is. It's because I've got Prime on here and Prime on there. That. You know what I call that? Cheeky bastards. Cheeky bastards. So it's basically pissing about saying you've got the maximum number of videos playing on your account. Because they're both on Prime, aren't they? That is robbing, that is. 46 minutes for the City game. Yeah, I'm on it. I think Football League in England was 2 points for a win until the 1980s, says Samuel. Yeah, well, it shouldn't be. I'm guessing you know that United versus Leeds is a Monday night fixture, says Ahoy. Yes. Yeah, I won't be able to go to Baller League for that because I'll be doing United Stand Watchalong, but we will get an early fixture for that week because of that. Three points for a win, 1 point for a draw is absolutely perfect. If it's not fixed, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Shane says we still get Champions League football on local TV in Ireland. I remember when I remember it wasn't that long ago when we used to get Champions League football on ITV. Do you see a way back for Leverkusen? No. I mean, look, it's only 1-0. You never know. But they've certainly deserved some credit, Leverkusen, because they have given Arsenal some. They've given it a go. Here's Gyökeres. Needs a bit of support. He's going to shoot. Good shot from distance. Man City are having a bit of a go here. I think the footballer, sorry, Yuno says, what game do you think Bruno beats the record in? Yeah, so Bruno Fernandes needs 4 assists to... Why have Real Madrid changed their goalkeeper? Why didn't I know about that? Haaland did nearly score. You know what I think it is? I think Real Madrid have switched off a little bit here. Kvaratskhelia and Yamal are 50-50. Courtois got Kinski'd at half time. He's injured. Yeah, I think Real Madrid need to switch on a little bit here. You've got, you've got an extra player. Bernardo Silva got the red card, LK. Ten Men City are dominating, says Dax. Mark, unlucky last night. Was great seeing you pitch side. How was the experience? City, Meeks and Sturridge. How was that? Well done, says Rafa. It was good. I can't wait for next week. I really enjoyed it, and I think we just want to get back on the pitch. We learned a lot last night, and yeah, ready to go again. Will UK still get the 5th Champions League spot if Chelsea and City get knocked out, says Killen. Oh, God, if I hear this again. I'm not being disrespectful to you, Killen, but, like, there is a 99... Well, not 99, but we're not going to lose the coefficient. We're not. It's not going to happen. Just because Spurs will get knocked out as well, Newcastle will get knocked out, and we'll still be fine. We've got loads of points accumulated already from what we did in the league stage, and Arsenal will go through, and I think Liverpool will go through, and Villa will go through, and Palace will probably go through, and Forest might go through. So I don't. You've got to get knocked out by 2 other countries, and I don't think anybody else is doing that well. I think we got enough points basically in the league stage because everybody did so well. Eze's goal was absolutely incredible. Liverpool won't go through, says Spencer. Well, Galatasaray can't take any fans to Anfield, and they are crap. Look at what happened to them in Turin. They had a 3-0 lead, and they nearly went out against 10 men. Hi, Mark. The National Hockey League is discussing going to a 3-point system, says John, and they should. And that's what they should do. Angry Brit, I hope you're doing really well. Thanks for your super chat. He says, United keep talking about replacing players. Casemiro, Agate, maybe Bruno/Maguire. But no one's talking about expanding the squad. If we fight for 4 competitions next season, we just won't have the squad. There we go. There are Galatasaray fans in Liverpool. Somebody told me that they can't have any fans there. I can't remember who it was who said it. I think Loz said it last night on the stream. Haaland's just had another shot for Man City. They've almost been inspired with 10 men. Man City, Real Madrid don't seem to know what to do. Doku, amazing run. Oh, it nearly came through to Haaland. And he gets a shot off, but it's blocked. And another shot's blocked. Daniel Svensson says Gyökeres has played very well. Still, Chelsea haven't scored. They're 7-2 down. It's always harder against 10 men, says Yuno. Yeah, but not normally for this reason. It's normally hard against 10 men because they sit deep and counter. Man City are attacking. Realistically, Real Madrid should be able to pick them off on the break. No, City would need to score 3 goals in half an hour just to take it to extra time, and they are down to 10 men. Tiberius says, I love how you're commentating more on the Man City game than the game you're doing the watch-along for. Check the thumbnail, mate. It's a double watch-along. In fact, it's a triple watch-along. Oh, Pat's coming on. Garnacho. Delap. Barcola's going off for PSG. Vucinic says, no chance. City's out, but they can still win. Mark, Ballon d'Or, Rodri or Valverde, says Rafa. Well, neither of them are going to win the Ballon d'Or, Rafa. Palmer, Enzo and João Pedro off. Garnacho, Lavia and Delap on. Is that... That's about resting players, isn't it? That's about Everton at the weekend. Did you do anything for St Patrick's Day, says Oliver? No, it's a Tuesday in the UK and nobody really does that much for it, so... Used to love it when I lived in Ireland. Took Erling Haaland off. I Well, that's got to be about the weekend as well. Yamal and Kvaratskhelia are 50-50 in the poll. They've been locked for ages. If it changes, I'll change it. Subject 49 to save the day, says Gems 7. Cam says Core, Garnacho and Delap. PSG are going to be shitting it now. Have City and Chelsea just forfeit. Ooh. I don't know whether I would have took Erling Haaland off. To get one back. But Liam Delap's just had a chance. Well saved. Oh, lots of people are taking the piss because I said it's a Tuesday in the UK when it's a Tuesday everywhere. No, you're just not really understanding what I'm saying. It's a Tuesday in the UK for St. Patrick's Day, so it's not a day off. If you live in Ireland, it's a bank holiday. So if St. Patrick's Day falls on a Saturday or a Sunday in the UK, it's a day off. But a Tuesday is not a day off, is it? That's what I mean. So if you live in Ireland, you get the day off. Doesn't matter that it's a Tuesday. 3-0 to PSG. And it's that lad who scored it, the number 24. Mayulu. Well, that's what happens when you bring Garnacho. And Chelsea fans, I hate to tell you, but it's hate too. 8-2 on aggregate. They're walking out of the bridge with half an hour to go. She's praying. It's not going to help you, love. PSG Ultras. Let's have a look at this goal. People in the chat are saying let it be 10. It's Kvaratskhelia down the wing. They're queuing up, really. Lays it off to the edge of the box. Lovely finish. Finished it well. And Rice has made it 2-0 to Arsenal. Game over. Yeah, Sanchez can't save that. Look, across the two legs, 3-1 on aggregate, Arsenal. They've been the better side. They should be beating Leverkusen, by the way, and they've been the better side here. Their quality has come through. Clearance by Leverkusen, but Rice actually wins it, drives forward, bangs it in the bottom. It's a lovely goal, actually. Lovely finish. Comes alive in the Champions League, doesn't he? Remember against Real Madrid and his free kicks? It's a lovely finish because it bounces up in front. Oh, look at the curl on that. Skims the post. I tell you what, that's a fantastic finish. He can't save that. Right in the bottom corner. Does Mikel Arteta run around for every goal, or does he actually just stand there sometimes and go... He runs around for every goal, doesn't he? Got a lot of energy. Well, yeah, it'll be Man City, Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final on Sunday. Arsenal will be favourites in that. Here's Garnacho, though. Oh, here's his moment. And a comfortable save by the keeper. Man City have had 8 shots in the last 15 minutes and Real Madrid have had 1. Cian says, what do you think about the Japanese league experiment? Each draw goes to penalties. Winner gets 2 points, losers get 1. Vinicius Jr. just got body checked by Donnarumma, goes for a corner. Referee said, I might review it. don't think he'll get sent off for that. I think if it was 1-1, if it was 1-1 in the Bernabeu, he might have got sent off, but I don't think there's any point really sending him off for that. I'm looking. One of the games I'm looking forward to the most is Bayern Munich, Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. PSG Ultras do look very intimidating. Bring on Max Dowman, says NDL. That would be nice to see, actually. There's still 25 minutes to go. Hulson really solid for Madrid tonight. They've got a goal again. Oh, he's offside. I thought Man City had scored. That would have got interesting. It's a breakaway. And I think he is off. Yeah, he is just offside, Duku, there. Where did Pep get his shirt from, says the Bitter Moose? I don't think it actually matches him. Now it's Real Madrid on the attack. And that's not going to go to anything. Arsenal could get another one here. Eze, lovely play. Good block. Still a long time to go. And Eze might have pulled up here. Oh dear. Is it cramp? Oh. You don't like it when players do that. Instantly called to the side and then went down. I don't know whether did he catch his ankle or... Well, he's coming off anyway, but it's not Dowman coming on. David Sutcliffe says, do you think Madrid are playing poor? I actually thought Man City would beat Real Madrid. You can never write Real Madrid off in the Champions League. They have this incredible ability to raise themselves for this tournament no matter what they're like. But I did think Man City would probably beat them, and obviously they haven't. So I'm not going to say Bayern Munich will smash them because you just don't know. How do they? How do you define? He's walking off Eze, so he should be okay. How do you know who wins in the second? How do you know who gets the home leg between Bayern and Real Madrid? I presume it will be them. Rex says, answer the question. What? Any particular question you want me to ask Rex? What do you think about the Japanese league experiment? I mean, you know what? As weird as it sounds, if it's a draw, you have a penalty shootout and the winner gets 2 points and the loser gets 1. I actually weirdly think that could work well. Imagine at the end of the game when it's a draw, you have a penalty shootout and the loser gets a point and the winner gets 2. But then, for me, that's very close to 3 points though, isn't it? I think it feels a little bit harsh that you win a game and you get 3, you draw a game and someone's going to walk out with 2. That's where it's a problem for me. I think it would be better if after a draw it goes to penalties. If you win it, you get a point. If you lose it, you get none. Because then people would really not want to draw. Stephen Willock says it's weird taking Haaland off with no game this weekend. They're playing the Carabao Cup final, Stephen. Arsenal goal. Handball. Won't be given. Havertz. You say I love you, boy. Don't worry, I'm not just randomly sticking some cotton wool in my ear. It's a fashion statement. I reckon it's going to take off. That Timothy Chalamet and everyone's going to be doing this. Buying a 2-game at home all the way to the final. And Arsenal. PFC bar, yeah. Thanks for all your super chats tonight, by the way. Absolute legends. Love that. And thanks everybody who subscribed, because I think we have hit 463. Yes, we have. Thanks. If you haven't subscribed, please click and subscribe. Get involved with That's Football. Everybody's welcome here. Daily content. I have got to do a video on Chelsea. I will do a match reaction, but on the financial suspension, etc. I just need to read up on it a little bit more, because I'm not really 100% sure. It's not an earwax leak, Chris. I actually put some stuff in my ear, proper stuff, because my ear did get a bit blocked. So Dune 3 looks top tier. I don't think I've seen I watched Dune 1. I don't think I watched Dune 2. Interesting question from Perp. Oh, Kvaratskhelia has beaten Yamal, 42%. Have they scored again? No, that was the first half. I thought he's just been subbed, Kvaratskhelia. I thought he'd scored again. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Ireland. I hope you're all enjoying it. It's embarrassing for Chelsea not to score a goal at all. I mean, the scoreline is the one they needed. They came into it 5-2. They needed to win by 3. And actually, PSG have come and scored 3 here. And Chelsea haven't scored any. 52% don't know ball. Oh, you've upset the Yamal lot there. Bit of Cliffy Barrow. This is true. I do like that song, yeah. Can we do Toblerone or Mars bar? You know what? It's sort of towards the end of the second half, and I love that sort of conversation. Arsenal on the attack again. Gyökeres just slips it into Mosquera, and keeper gets hold of that. Definitely been Leverkusen's man of the match. Well, we'll get to see Yamal tomorrow night. Newcastle, Barcelona. I mean, hopefully Newcastle. I thought Newcastle against Chelsea, it was a perfect audition for them. In the sense that defend deep and counter. Premier League's in a bubble. You don't win the Champions League game by bullying the goalkeeper on corners or by falling over on the slightest touches in the box. You have to play football. Fair point, Shob. And it's interesting, isn't it? We've seen Arsenal have a lot of corners in these games. And they've not really been able to do anything with them because the referees are quite hot on fouls on goalkeepers in Europe, whereas in the Prem it's allowed. Al Pacino or Ian Beale. Mars bar in the fridge is a good call. Actually, whoever said that, old gamer, yeah, very good idea. I think a Snickers in the fridge. Oh, yes. Godfather 1 or Godfather 2? Definitely Godfather 2. Godfather 1. Cop Block says, I took a stabbing against Napoli in 2009, and then in the Champions League in France, I got robbed. Some ultras are bad news. Oh, mate, that sounds horrific. Thankfully, you're still with us. Not seen any long throws tonight either, says Adam. Do you think the quality of open play goals have decreased over the past 10 years in the Premier League and the Champions League as human right? I think we've seen some good ones tonight. Barcola's goal was good. The Eze goal and the Rice goal was good. I think Champions League football is better than the Premier League. I think when you look at last week and this week, we've seen a lot of good goals. And the games have been... Look, Arsenal in both these games have actually played well. And that's because Leverkusen have opened up against them and played football. So, you know, it just shows you really, doesn't it? Quality Street roses or celebrations is a proper bob. Yeah, we already do that at Christmas, mate. And to be honest with you, they've all gone downhill because they don't use real chocolate. I will be doing a match reaction, yes. Just need a title. Chelsea in crisis. Saka with a good shot. I do think Saka needs to step up. I really like Saka. I really rate Saka. But it's a little bit like what's going on with Ahmad at Man United. Fantastic player. But, you know, if you're not playing well but you're putting the numbers in, you're fine. But if you're not playing well and you're not putting the numbers in, it becomes a bit of a problem. I like the People's Pundit, Detroit Simon, yeah. Guinness or Murphy's? What about the, I used to drink it, Smithwick's. Is that still about? I went through a bitter stage and I did like Smithwick's. Or Smethwick's, whatever it's called. I used to like John Smith's. I went, you know what? My wife would never come on and do a stream with us, but she would laugh at this because I went through a stage in my early 30s where I basically thought I was 55. So it was one of the weirdest phases I've ever been. I used to go to Marks and Spencer's and buy jumpers that were like green or red, and then wear a like light blue shirt underneath it and cords and drink bitter for about a year. I don't know what I was doing really, but yeah, I've not drank bitter or anything like that for 10 years. Mark, your hair is shocking. There's nothing wrong with my bloody hair. It's the same hair I've always had. Milky says, I'm not surprised. Oh, I've still got the thing in my ear, haven't I? Yeah, I can take it out now. Thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. My favourite wine is red wine, Malbec. Yeah, I've sort of gotten into my red wine over the last couple of years, and I've actually started to put a bit of time in. Still about 10 minutes to go. Man City ain't coming back, down to 10 men. Yeah, it would have been an interesting question. Do you think if Man City had had 11 players, they could have got back into this? We'll never know. Real Madrid have been quite lax playing against 10. Almost conserving energy. That's the point. I think I'm getting a haircut soon. I pop it in my calendar and then I don't. I don't think it's tomorrow. I don't think it is tomorrow. God, that's nearly... You bloody idiot. You should have charged your phone. Will we ever see a picture of 20-year-old Goldbridge? Just go on my latest Insta post at Goldbridge Mark, mate. I did one of those, what were you like in the 90s? And the last picture is me when I was 20. Job done for Arsenal. Which we would have expected. I think it'll be job done for Liverpool tomorrow as well. I think they'll get the job done. You wouldn't be, if you've got any Liverpool fans watching though, you wouldn't be massively looking forward to playing PSG. (8-2) on aggregate, PSG Chelsea. Chalobah's down here for some reason. Don't know why. You know, somebody said to me that Rosinya is like... Oh, Chelsea fans are walking out now. I am doing tomorrow night's game, Stephen. Yes, 5:45, Barcelona, Newcastle, and then 8 o'clock Anfield. So yeah, we've got 2 games tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Ultras have got the tops off. I can't read that, Guru, because I don't know whether it's rude. So I don't know the context of that. Anything with the word helmet in it and asking me to do something, I think you just have to avoid. Maddox is laughing about Chelsea and City. Todd Bowley era at Chelsea has been an utter failure. Well, I am going to start my match reaction with that because I think, here we go, Real Madrid are in. Pulled him down. That's a penalty, mate. That's a penalty. Ref. He's literally pulled Mbappe's shirt. Pulling his shirt the whole fucking way. This should be a penalty, mate. I think they're just taking sympathy on Man City at this stage. People are going on my Instagram now because HDF says you look crazy in the 90s. Crazy good or crazy bad? At Goldbridge Mark on Instagram, my latest post is one of those 90s things. Have you seen this thing that's just come out? The AFCON winners are Morocco, have been announced as AFCON winners, with the final result overturned by the African Federation because Senegal have been declared to have forfeited the match, with Morocco declared 3-0 winners by official statement. So Senegal won the AFCON, but it's been overturned. It's just come out. Oh, they're looking at the Mbappe. They're They're looking at the Mbappe shirt pull. Be a red card as well because there's no attempt to win the ball. That's mad though, isn't it? Because if you're I'm almost like, if you're Senegalese, you'd be like, I've been celebrating that for 4 months. 2 months. Imagine how that would work. Like if England won the World Cup and then 2 months later they said, we've looked into it and you haven't. I'd be like, fuck off, we have. Oh, what a save by Raya. Leverkusen should have scored. That was incredible. He's having a great season as well. I mean, this is the thing, even if you get at Arsenal, they've got a goalkeeper doing that. They've given a good account of themselves, Leverkusen, and they've been a credit to football by actually playing football. Patrick says, I had a bet on that Morocco would win the game. Well, get in contact. Michael Carrick looks like Jack Nelson from the Peaky Blinders in that bloody coat and haircut he keeps wearing, says Millsy. Can we make a poll, Valverde or Pedri at United? Well, we're not going to get either. You know. So I'll just do an either or. Toblerone's beating Mars Bar anyway. You don't get this on Sky. Either or, Pedri or Valverde. We're not doing it at Man United. There's no point. Can clubs still buy players from Chelsea? Says Ad V. I think so. Nick P says, I wanted to do What Were You Like in the 90s post, but there seems to be a requirement to make a really weird face before the show reel, so I binned it. I didn't do it on mine. Mrs. Stone says, you're underestimating Galatasaray massively. This time tomorrow night, Mrs. Stone, me and you, let's see who's underestimating who. I don't mean like anything like that. I mean like, I'm telling you now, Liverpool will win. Dax says, do you think Garnacho was the leak? As soon as the team leaked out last week, I thought, will Garnacho be on the bench? And as soon as it leaked today, I thought, I wonder if he's on the bench. Connor says, I just want to say I love your content. Watch every single watch along. Some people don't like your methods because they don't understand your methods. Guilty. Get a new rule book. All right. Thank you, Connor. Lovely chat. Lovely super chat. Arsenal have had the easiest run, haven't they, says Mrs. Stone. They have had the easiest run, but that's because they finished top of the group, top of the league. That's the bonus of doing well in the league stage. Unfortunately, they did change the rules. It didn't work for Liverpool. But Jay Ming, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. And Ryle says, during your island days when celebrating St. Patrick's, did you ever end up in a skirmish? If so, what was the story? I don't want to condone anything, Ryle. But I don't, no, not really. Not really. There's a couple of things, but I wasn't involved. About says, check Fabrizio's post. Do you think the quality of... I've done that. Well, I don't need to check Fabrizio's post because I've already told you what he said. Basically, Morocco have won the AFCON 2 months later because the Federation of Africa have basically said that they've looked into it and Senegal actually forfeited the game. I don't massively care. I'm just saying it's a bit odd. I don't normally get that. Hi, Mark, says Jacob. I just came on. Hope you're all right. Been a rough day at work. Just done a 15-hour shift now to get relaxed and watch the best channel out there. Jacob, I nearly thought it said 15-hour shit, which would have been very hard work. And they say giving birth is hard. But thankfully, it wasn't a 15-hour shit. It was a 15-hour shift. PSG and Chelsea, they literally ended it on the 90th minute. There was no added time. 90 minutes and 4 seconds, they stopped it. What's the best thing on a full English breakfast, Mark? Oh, I don't know. I like a hash brown. I like a poached egg. I like the beans. I like the toast. I just realised I've not said anything meaty there. I mean, I like the sausages. Have you settled your beef with Duncan, says Devon. I don't know where. I've not heard from Duncan tonight. It disappeared. Mrs. Stone says Garnacho's getting loaned next season. Thank you. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Love that. I am going to do a match reaction. Arsenal are through, aren't they? I think I'll just go. I'll stop it now. I'll stop it now. Yeah. I've got to say, I love the Champions League. But tonight, it has been a bit of a disappointment because Chelsea got rinsed and were an embarrassment. Man City got a man sent off. And Arsenal just got the job done. So they weren't really that entertaining. I think it'll be interesting tomorrow. Liverpool, Galatasaray, I think will be close. And I'm hoping Newcastle give it a go against Barcelona. I really do. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Grand Prairie Cobra has just offended every female in the chat who's given birth. He says birth ain't nothing. Or, well, I say he. Could be a she. Legends, don't forget tomorrow night it's an early start. 5:45. Nou Camp, Barcelona, Newcastle will be live for that. And then 8 o'clock it's Liverpool against Galatasaray. So double watch along. I'll get a match reaction up and we will be back with you tomorrow. And hopefully the games will be a little bit more exciting. Take care. Stay safe. I'll speak to you on the next one.